One more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Uh, uh, one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. That was on when I first got in the car. So what's it gonna be? Him or me? Who's the world with pearls? Listen, so I told you guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am having like the best job ever with my life. Like, I'm living the bestest life ever. Like, I feel freaking great. All right. So within the past couple of days, I've been trying to update my blogs because I write, and I took a break from writing when I tried to release my Unicorn Atlanta book maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and then this big fuss came about my book, and I had to take one of the people inside of my book out of the book. So I've been trying to figure out, do I want to re-release the book, right? And so I stopped writing for a little while, and then I would get back on and write some more, and then I would stop, and then I would write, and then I noticed that my blog was starting to be filled with a whole bunch of blog entries about damn YouTube drama. Okay, we all know the YouTube drama can get, you know what I'm saying? Like the YouTube drama, if you get too deep into the dark web, okay, you will start to see that there's a whole nother culture of trolling, okay, on YouTube in these YouTube streets. And I've been, pulling myself from it, thankfully. I've been pulling myself from that energy. And so as I've been writing my blog and revamping my blog, I'm still trying to give people a better understanding of, where I am in life right now and where I was before during my pregnancy and with my son's father. And so I wrote this vehicle. I'm looking at my vehicle right now because it needs to be like defrosted, and I'm sitting out front of an office building, and it's like, never mind, it's like frost all over. Anyway, so that's what I was thinking about. So anyway, I'm digressing like a motherfucker. So anyway, I wrote a blog just recently called, what I learned about what being a mistress basically taught me about infidelity. And inside of it, I was talking about the guy that I was with 10 years ago. I was having an affair with him 10 years ago, and he was actually part of the Unicorn Atlanta book. Okay. And so I was talking about him in the blog. I also did a video to couple with it because that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to, do a video and do a blog for it because it's intellectual people that love to read and they want like a little bit more detail, and a lot of people get a better understanding of something if they read it. What I noticed a lot on YouTube is that when people get onto YouTube, they kind of look in the comment section and let the comment section help them determine what they think and or feel about the video instead of actually watching the video. So I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Number one, I want to cut off my comment section. So if you want to watch my content, you have to literally watch it. You can't go into the comment section and read people comments to see if you want to watch the video. So I cut my comment section off, and I'm going to do a blog for each video. It's going to be coupled with a blog. And so when I posted the video about infidelity, and the blog about infidelity, inside of that blog, I talked about how I was trying to put myself in a place of forgiveness with priest's wife or ex-wife or whoever. She's supposedly his ex-wife now, right? Whatever. So anyway, right? Suppose this is what they saying they divorce. Never mind. So anyway, I was talking about how I should forgive her, because I feel like, I've made a mistake as a woman. I've had an affair. I've done some bad things. I've, made some mistakes as well. So the least I can do is forgive another woman who may have not in it. She could have inadvertently hurt me. So inside of that, I was just trying to talk about how society always blames women when men do the cheating. And I also spoke about a lot of the quirky things that I accepted about my son's father, priest, that I felt like if I accepted all of these things about him, why would he be judgmental? And one of the biggest things that people picked apart was the fact that he had herpes. Okay, now he also had a whole bunch of other shit going on. He didn't have his GED, He had this weird sexual fantasy with midgets, He had like just so many things just going on. He was separated, so he had all of this freaking baggage, like a shitload of baggage that I just put up with, And when the relationship was ending and he was getting onto social media speaking of me, he was speaking of me as if I was the problem, as if I brought the equal amount of baggage to the relationship he did. Now, as we're talking about herpes, let me explain the herpes situation so people can know that priest did not give me the gift, okay? He did not give me the gift. But I remember when I was pregnant, and when I first got pregnant, I got kind of scared because I was thinking about the guy going and being with the prostitutes in the Dominican Republic the year before. He had been in Dominican Republic paying for prostitutes, and I'm pretty sure he had sex with these women without protection because he's not the type of nigga that straps up. And I remember me and Sidonia, his wife, ex-wife, or whoever she is, having the conversation about how he was promiscuous and going out here sleeping with women without protection. And so let me tell you the story behind the herpes. So I ended up not having anything, and I remember being pregnant and going and asking my doctor, like, check me for everything, make sure I don't have HIV, make sure I don't have any STD, I don't want to pass anything to my son, just please, right? So he tested me for everything, and I'm completely healthy. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. So priest did not give me the gift, but this is what ended up happening. So priest and I love to kiss. I'm a kisser, right? And so we would kiss often. And then one day he came to me and he said, when I went out to kiss him, he said no. And I said, what? And he said he had a cold sore. And I was like, you have a what? And he showed it to me, and I seen it like formulating on his face. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we started to discuss cold sores. And I had to explain to him that a cold sore is when you have herpes, and there's two types of herpes. You can have, uh, innocent herpes that a lot of people have. That's 80% of the population. 83% of the population has herpes. They get cold sores, right? You guys seen the commercials, the Abreva commercials and things like that. People get cold sores on their mouth, right? So that's the first kind of herpes. And then they have a second kind of herpes where it's just bad. Okay. Now, all of it is highly contagious. So when he said it to me and he said, don't kiss me, I'm thinking, oh, this guy has to know that he has herpes. Like, as I'm thinking it, processing it now, it's like then when I said it to him, I said, that's herpes. And he said, no, it's not herpes. And I said, yeah, it is herpes. And he said, well, my mom, my older sister, and my younger brother, they get cold sores too. And so I'm saying, well, you guys got it from your mother. Your mother had herpes, right? That's where you got it from. He made it seem like he had no idea, but at the same time, it was him who said, don't kiss me. So I'm wondering, was he telling me don't kiss him because he knew he had herpes and just didn't want to pass it to me? Or did he say don't kiss me because herpes is a painful thing? Like, I don't have herpes, so I don't know what it feels like to have a cold sore. I don't know if it itches. I don't know if it's like sore. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that. So I'm sitting there like, well, you have you, I won't kiss you, okay? All right, whatever's going on, I won't kiss you. I'm already with the guy. By the time I see this herpes, this cold sore on his mouth, I think it was like, I don't know. We had been together for about 4 or 5 months, and I was just like, okay. Like all of the stuff that I've had to deal with Priest. I love him, so I'm gonna stick with him. I'm just gonna, and we're just gonna do whatever we can to make sure I don't end up with herpes or, anything like that. And it's people I know who, married someone who has herpes. Like, I have friends who, have husbands and wives who had herpes. I know a guy that was married for like 6 years. He ended up divorcing his wife because she gave him herpes from another man. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, this is another thing that I got to do dealing with this guy, because I swear to God, he's like Gizmo. He comes with instructions, like he can't get wet or some shit. Like, you can't feed the nigga after midnight. That's the type of shit I was dealing with Priest. And so anyway, anyway, he told me that the way that he gets it to heal faster is if he puts earwax on it. And that's what really grows me out. I was like, gross. He was like, I know, right? Gross. I was like, ew. But that's what he would do in order to get the cold sore to go away. And I'm just like, that is such a nasty ass thing. That's a nasty ass thing to have. But that isn't, really one of the, I'm not surprised. You see what I'm saying? I'm more like, By the time I figured out this dude had herpes, I was like, this nigga got a lot of shit. Like, I mean, like, he had so much baggage. So when he got onto social media and tried to pretend like Soncerae was like this big problem, I was like, nigga, if I sit down and I list all your shit, you know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I just wanted to explain to everybody the whole herpes situation. I didn't want people to think he gave it to me, or I don't know if he was maliciously out there like just slinging herpes to the world. I don't know. All I know is when I tell you guys stories like this, it's to help you understand that with your own movements, you got to be cautious and careful with people, and you can put an immense amount of trust into these people, and you'll find out who they truly are is nothing than who they depicted themselves to be all of that time. So when I write blogs and I talk about priests, it ain't about him. Like, it ain't about me trying to hurt him. Honestly, I could give two fucks about him. I'm not in a place where I'm trying to get revenge on him, or I'm in a place where I'm trying to hurt him, because it's not about him. I don't give a fuck about him. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's really gone finally. And I think that's why I feel so great, because, I'm no longer, feeling sad for myself, because I realize how amazing I am. I date and everything, and I'm still trying to move forward with my life. But I do want to say that he did not give me the gifts. He did not give me HIV. I do not have any type of STDs or anything like that. Thank God. Okay. And you guys have got to be careful. You can get a disease from somebody you're in a committed relationship with, not just somebody that you're sleeping with casually. Okay. You can really, really fuck your shit up. Trusting these people to be, to be in a relationship with. So I suggest you do what I did before I met him. I had like these series of events that I would do with guys when I started dating them. Before I met the guy that I was talking about in the Unicorn Atlanta book, the guy that I had the affair with 10 years ago, before I met him, I would get into these committed relationships with guys, right? And we would plan on marrying and stuff. And what I would do is the beginning of the relationship, or, sometime in the beginning, we will go and get tested together as a couple first. So if you really are interested in someone and you guys have been dating and it's been X amount of time, maybe it's been whatever your day is, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is, make sure that before you have sex with them, you go and you get tested together and show each other y'all papers. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it, because these people out here don't care about your health. A lot of the time when they're cheating and lying and going out here doing all of this stuff, they don't even respect their own body to protect yours. So it's up to you to respect your own body and say, you know what? Before I even have sex with you, I want to do blah, 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 blah. Now, it's a lot of people who are doing some self-destructive behavior. I've done the self-destructive behavior when I was heartbroken. I remember talking about, inside of the Unicorn Atlanta book, how I had felt like I was so hurt that being a mistress was the only thing I could be at the time, because I didn't have any type of anything. I didn't have any self-esteem. I didn't have any self-love. I was like at the lowest point in my life, and the only thing I could be is who I was to this man. And this was 10 years ago. So I can talk about my own self-destruction and be like, okay, I remember when I did that in my young age. And now that I'm older, I know better. I know that when I do stuff like that, I'm not just destroying myself, I'm destroying other people as well. When you don't have respect for yourself or self-love for yourself, you do shit like that, you know? Basically, you know what I'm saying? So like, I really just want people to learn from my experience, and I don't want all of that pain that I went through with priests and my son to go in vain. That's why it's so important that I continuously get people, not just women but men too, to understand the consequences of the behaviors that you may have displayed, or some kind of choices that you made, so you won't go through the same thing. Seriously, peeps, you could put on a condom with somebody, still end up getting the disease, because that's herpes. You can it's highly contagious. It's scary. You know what I mean? And honestly, I've never had herpes to know how it makes you feel. I don't know, how I know you can be self-conscious, because people get herpes around their mouth, around their eyes. It's an infection, so you're infected in certain places, so of course you're going to feel a little, about it, but I don't know how you feel physically. You understand? I don't know anything about that. But I wonder, is it painful? Like, do you feel some other type of pain? Like, if it's on your genitals, I'm pretty sure if it hurts. If it's on your mouth and it hurts your mouth, a cold sore. If a cold sore hurts your mouth, imagine what a genital herpes feels like. Oh my God! Because I know people that be like, on a cold. Imagine that. Imagine that. Now, one thing I do get that isn't contagious, that I do get, that I've been having since I was a kid, and that's ulcers. Like canker sores. Canker sores inside of your mouth are like little ulcers. And I used to get like little ulcers. I get them maybe once a year, like a little like canker sore, and it'll hurt, and it'll be hard for me to eat or like drink something. And my mother told me to add salt to it. And when you put that salt on that damn canker sore, you're like, ah, you're having a fucking heart attack. You're like, oh, shit, hurt. So I can only imagine what a cold sore feels like. Because it's a cold sore. Like a canker sore hurts like shit. A canker sore really fucking hurts. It's on the inside of your mouth, though. It's not like it's on the outside. But imagine a cold sore. That shit gotta be some serious fucking painful shit. Just you put some salt on that shit. It's like putting salt on a slug. You're like, oh shit, about to die. Like, damn, the witch from Wizard of Oz where threw the water on her and shit, and she just started melting. That's how that shit feels. So I know that's how a canker sore feels. So how the fuck does a cold sore feel? I can only imagine. But anyway, so it is by the grace of God that I did not get HIV, HPV, gonorrhea, STD, genital herpes from this dude. And ladies, you could have herpes and not even know. Seriously, it could go dormant and you don't even know. So you have to check for these things. You got to get cultures. You got to check on your vagina. You know what I mean? And I remember a lot of people judging me because I made that video talking about how when I first got pregnant, I was talking about smells. I don't know if you guys well, if you weren't there, I did a video about my first trimester and how nasty everything was. I mean, everything tastes bad, everything smelled bad, even me. Like, everything smelled bad. Every fucking thing. I was like, I can't breathe. Air stunk. Trees, birds, everything. Lysol, damn, Dawn, all of it. It was just terrible. Water. Everything smelled like just horrible when I was pregnant, and everything made me want to throw up. And I was like, I hate this. It was like the worst shit humanly possible to experience. And so anyway, I spoke about that. And I was talking about how, everything stink. I stunk. And I was like, ugh, I can't smell me. I can't smell priests. I was like, just everything is like getting on my fucking nerves. And so when I started talking about that, this rumor went around that, I smell. Because, the dark web, the YouTube street, the trolls, they just went with that. They go with anything. Like, they'll pick like a little tiny thing and just go in the wrong direction with it. And so anyway, I just wanted to be clear about the damn herpes story. I didn't want, people to think, he gave it to me. I don't want that to be a rumor. I did want to be clear about, what I was experiencing. And I am very pissed because after I did the blog about how being how what was the name of it? How sleeping with married men, what it taught me about infidelity. That was the name of the video. And I wrote a blog about it. And of course people were like, oh, you're a hoe. Oh, the holier than thou people to try to act like they don't, they don't do shit. Like, well, I like that community tab. I put up on my community tab, I put up a poll, ask people to vote. Like, do you talk to people about sex before you have sex with them? And most people on there lying talk about stuff. Yes, I do. No, you don't. You're lying like liars. You're lying. You're lying. Like, here's my thing. Every single man I've ever came to, dated, talked to, had sex with, every single one has never came to me, number one, wanting to wear a condom. Number two, wanting to talk about sex. It has always been me who have brought up the STDs and condoms inside of any type of interaction I've had with a man. Men do not want to wear protection. So as I'm sitting here and I'm looking at these people vote, and it's talking about 80% are saying that they ask about sex. I'm like, these motherfuckers are lying. Didn't I say be honest? Y'all tripping. Y'all lying. And the thing about it is, this day and age, you gotta be careful. I'm pretty sure it was bad then, but it's definitely bad now with the internet and people being able to interact with exes and people they wouldn't have usually interacted with. You could catch a flight cheap now. You could travel clear across the sea and pick up a disease from over there and bring it over here. Okay, so it's very easy to end up in a relationship with someone and you think you're in love with them and that person is making you sick. Okay? Now, I don't mean sick like they getting on your nerves. I mean sick like they done gave you an STD. They done gave you cold sores. They done gave you blah, 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 blah. So I share my story with you guys so you guys can see how I dodged a motherfucking bullet. Like, and by the grace of God, okay, I didn't get that shit. Like, me being stupid, I could have ended up with something other than a baby. The baby was the best gift Priest gave me, like justice. I mean, out of all of the things I could have gotten from Priest that were detrimental to my health, I ended up getting the best thing, and that was my son. Okay, so just keep in mind, you got to be careful with people. So after I wrote the blog, what sleeping with married men taught me about infidelity, and I posted it up, and Priest's wife, ex-wife, bimbo, slut, I don't know what the fuck this bitch name is at this point. I did a background check on her, and I didn't like her before, and I definitely don't like her now. But I was speaking about her in a way to where I wanted to forgive her, and I was saying I'm going to forgive her for getting onto YouTube lying for Priest. I'm going to forgive her for whatever I feel like she did wrong to me. I'm not going to let her control how I feel. I'm not going to allow her to make me respond in a negative way. I'm not going to step off my throne for her because to me, she's trash, right? And so I was like, let me stop thinking of her in a judgmental way. Let me stop thinking about her like she's trash. Let me just be nice, because I'm a good person, right? And good people don't usually be this mean, and I said, I don't want to be a mean person. I want to be good and I want to be nice. So after I posted the blog and I seen people commenting, I was talking to one of Priest's relatives, and me and Priest's relative was, talking about doing a live stream. We were talking about, like, we're going to do this amazing live stream that's going to be positive, and we're going to talk about mending families, and me and Priest and Sidonia, I'm going to talk about that with Priest's relative, and we're just going to smooth out everything. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to ask for forgiveness. I'm going to put the olive branch out there. The drama just got to go, And so as I'm sitting here and I'm planning it with Priest's relative, the next day she was like, okay, the next day, call me tomorrow so we can do the live stream tomorrow. So I'm calling her all day, and she's out doing something. Like, she's out, and I don't know what she's doing, but she's out with her kids. So I'm like falling back. And so finally, I was like, all right, well, let me set up the live stream because I know we're going to do it today. I start setting it up, and I look online, and I see fucking Sidonia doing this horrible, mean, cruel-ass live stream. And the name of it is so fucked up that I'm like, why would this bitch do this? Like, right when I was about to forgive this hoe, she does this, right? Like, right when I think I'm about to grow and be on my positive shit, right when I feel like she deserved for me to be kind to her, this bitch does this, right? And I'm just heated, right? I'm like, oh, I hate this bitch, right? Like, I can't stand this bitch because she doesn't implement the steps towards some type of solution. It's everything that she does is a problem, even when she thinks that she means well. Like, bitch, just back away. Like, especially from a crowd of people who have basically made content on YouTube to be ugly towards me on purpose. And she keeps interacting with this same fucking crowd. And she's been interacting with this same crowd of people who claim they my enemies over and over again. And I'm like, bitch, if you want peace between me, you, and Priest, why would you interact with these people? That's fucking stupid. Like, you dumb bimbo, you are not so fucking bright. And if you'd have held your fucking horses and sat your ass down still, you would have seen me and one of Priest's relatives sit down and talk about how amazing a person you was, how I should forgive you for what you did, and all of this amazing shit. But no, no, you want to get into this crowd of the dark web crowd, and be messy. And then you wonder why I don't like you, bitch. So then, what really pissed me off about the live stream that she joined, it was a live stream about people making fun of my mother, because people like to make it seem like the reason why I decided to be a mistress or date a separated man, it must be because my mother taught me all of these negative things, when it wasn't my mother. It wasn't my mother. Inside of a video, me and my mother were talking, and my mother was talking about, me being molested and the guys that she dated. And she was coming from a real, true, like, real down to earth place, because she wants people to learn from her and me. So she's sitting there and she's telling the story. And so when Sidonia participated in this cruel ass hateful live stream of this person, saying horrible things about me and my mom, even the title was degrading, and it was rude, and it was nasty, and it was created by this same person who I have tried to make peace with so many times. Even when this person first started making videos about me, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I tried to make peace with this hoe, and for some reason the bitch don't want peace. And so I don't know if Sidonia knows that I've tried to make peace with this same bitch over and over again, and it's never worked because the bitch don't want peace. I don't know that. All I know is Sidonia keeps associating herself with these people, and so did Priest. So these are the reasons why I don't want my son around Priest or Sonia, because they are hanging around people and discussing things with people outside of our situation. And because they decided to do that, now the only way I can address these ignorant ass people is by using YouTube, because I listen, when I noticed that Sidonia did this live stream, I called Priest's relative that I was going to do the live stream with, and I asked them for Sidonia's number. I said, I need to talk to this bitch because she's not getting it. I have filed charges against the people that have done all this harassment, all of this online bullying. I got proof of all of this stuff. And these are the people you want to associate yourself with, and you think that that's a good idea and it's going to make me want to have my son around you and Priest, you dumb bimbo? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if you want peace, why would you put yourself in a position to even be affiliated with a crowd of people that I have filed charges against? People that I have warrants for their arrest in my state. And you're like sitting here. Listen, I've filed restraining orders against these people just so in the event I decide to file a civil lawsuit, I have all of the proof there that I went to the police every time I was harassed by these people. These are people who created content on YouTube encouraging people to kill me, Sidonia. And you want to hang around these people, Priest too, and you want to be around these people, and then you wonder why I don't want my son around. It's dumb bimbo. So anyway, I asked Priest's relative to give me Sidonia's number. She was like, okay, I'm going to tell Sidonia that, you want to talk to her. Has Sidonia called? No. Because the bitch probably sitting somewhere scared. Because I swear to God, I'm going to rip the bitch soul out of chest. We do crazy shit like that. Geminis, that's what we do. That's how we roll. We like really, really nice. And then when you cross us, we rip your soul out your chest. Anyway, I got mad in that live stream. I was letting her have it in that live stream. I came in that chat and was like, bitch, I'm going to stick my hand up your ass and rip out your intestines. Throw that shit over there, and then I'm going to stick this other bitch that you done joined on this live stream, and I'm going to stick her head. Like, I'm like, yo, I will mop the floor with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because this immature shit, like, I don't expect women who are over, like, 40 to act how these bitches act. But I swear to God, they're over 40 acting like fucking idiots, man. And it's just like, you know what? I can't win this one. I'm gonna need to just kick bitches' asses. Because trying to be nice does not work. Trying to make peace does not work. Trying to make, some type of smooth, non-judgmental situation between you and another human being doesn't work if they don't want that. You have to understand that. It'll work if you're dealing with a person who wants to mend, who wants to smooth out a situation. But when you're dealing with people who don't want that, you get nowhere. And so that's why it's like, you know what? Fuck that. When I see that bitch, I'm going to put my paws on that hoe. You know what I'm saying? That's all I keep thinking. Like, that's all I keep thinking. And as immature as all of this is, and how maturely I've behaved in times of, like, controversy and challenge, and then I have to turn around and be immature just to get on somebody else's level, to be able to understand, get them to understand, you dealing with the person who has tried to handle this shit immaturely. So I'm going to step down on your level and bestow on you the same fuckery you have put on me so you can experience what you've been giving me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way I can deal with this shit. So anyway, I just decided to cut it off altogether. Like, I'm sick of trying to make, me and Priest family be cool. Not Priest family, because me and Priest family seem to be cool, but me, Priest, and Sononia, that is never going to be fixed. I don't, like, when someone keeps adding insult to injury and making shit worse, it just is no point. You know what I mean? And because Priest had so many issues beforehand that I tried to, deal with, and it's just too much. He not worth all that. That's what I wanted to say. He just not worth all that. He not worth the headache. He not worth the drama. He not worth. Nah, my son, the guys that I'm dating right now, like, that are interested in talking to me, are a lot better than Priest. So if I want a better role model around my son, I can have one. And so, he may not be, whoever I end up with may not be Justice's biological father, but he is going to have amazing role models in his life, and he'll be fine. I am getting rid of Priest altogether outside of that child support check. That's all. That's all. It's business now, nigga. That's what you want. All right, because I keep trying to be like, all right, let me fix this for my son. Fuck that. See, nice, kind Soncerae is fucking gone. Okay, like, when I'm dealing with him, I can't be that person. And you can be nice and kind to people who deserve it. You can be nice and kind to people who have remorse. You can be nice and kind to people who have a level of understanding, who want to smooth out situations. But you can't be nice and kind to people who do not know how to be kind to you, who do not want to communicate fairly and honestly, people who want to continue to keep drama up and making mistakes. There's some people out there that fucked up their own life, and they sitting here 45 or, 48 or shit, pre-38, and their lives so fucked up that they're going to do whatever they can to fuck up somebody else's situation. And I refuse to allow anyone to fuck up my life any further than they have. And my son, I'm not going to let anybody fuck up my son. So if you have not checked out that blog that I wrote, what sleeping with married men taught me about infidelity, and inside of it, I'm talking about Chris, who I dated 10 years ago, and he was in the Unicorn Atlanta book. I ended up pulling him out of it. And I talk about Priest, and those are the only two married men I ever been around. Chris was really married, like, he was, like, sneaking around and shit. And Priest was just separated from Sidonia. And, I just wish that the situation would have went completely different. but this couple was going through their own thing. And just how I said in the beginning, you know, when you go through stuff, you have self-destructive behavior where you end up hurting other people. And so I feel like because of whatever was going on between Sidonia and Priest, they were in a self-destructive phase because of their marriage, you know, breaking apart. And in return, the ripple effect was them, you know, trying to fuck up my life or the other people that were associated with this, you know, thing as well. um I do want to say that there are people in Priest's family who are very supportive. They're very positive people. They're very good people. We talk about God. They calm me down in my anger. You know, Priest has some people in his life who were extremely positive, and he had, I think, the intermediate people in his life were bad for him. And so, had he, you know, been around another side of his family, he probably would have turned out a lot better. But I just want to say thank you to his family. Hold on. I just want to say thank you to his family. You know, they've been very, you know, open to communication, with the exception of his mother, his brother, and his sister. Priest, his mother, his brother, his sister, and Sidonia, I never want to talk to ever again. I am done with that altogether. But I want you guys to check out that blog and give me some feedback by emailing me, or you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I have a Facebook. I think it's m.me / Soncerae. Okay, and if you go there, you can hit me up. You can send your questions and stuff there. Of course, my comment section will be turned off. I'm not turning my comment section back on ever again. That's dead. That's gone. So if you have some comments or some way you want to interact with me, you can. If you want to interact with each other, I'm creating a forum for the people who are actually my supporters, for you guys to go and talk over there and off of YouTube. I appreciate you watching, and please send me injustice donations. Please, of course, I'm rebuilding my life, and I'm the happiest I ever been. Don't get it twisted, but I still have like a lot of things that I need to build, and your donations are helping me so much. I finally just got a new car. If you can see, I just got my new car. I had crashed my car. The process of rebuilding your life is very difficult. Donations are wanted, but they're not needed. You know, I'm doing good. Like, I'm doing good. I'm getting back to where I was financially. It's amazing. But you know, I know it's a lot of people out there that support me, that don't mind giving me donations. It's people out there that complain, but fuck them. You know what I'm saying? If you support me, if you're a genuine supporter, please donate via Cash App to Justice. It's $Little Justice. Or you can send us donations via PayPal to revenuedigital@gmail.com. Okay, so anyway, like I said, if you have some things that you want to talk about, or video topic suggestions, or you need relationship advice, please email me at Soncerae@gmail.com. Okay, have vision and stay focused. Now I'm saying, oh, wait. So listen, I forgot. Listen, you guys, I know you cannot stand the people that make fun of me and shit. When you see these videos, report that shit. Okay? Like, a lot of people are doing that, and you guys are helpful. Good. It's people out here reporting videos. They're doing even copyright complaints for me and using specific emails that they created. If you see videos of people who are making fun of me, or my name is in the title, my name is trademarked. So now a lot of these videos that you know are up can get taken down. I still have not been back to YouTube to take the rest down. But if you see my name in the description of someone's video and you watch this video and you see that it's a whole bunch of negativity, whole bunch of lies, whole bunch of whatever it is, and again, I don't have any problem with you know, people's opinions, but a lot of time people be going too far with shit. And if you see it's like an obsession on somebody's channel, just report it. Um, you can report it as a privacy complaint, and you can put what you see of me in there, and just use my email address. You know, because they'll be like, where do you see, you know, your privacy is invaded? If it's a picture, if it's identifiable information about me, like if you see my face or my picture or something, you can file a privacy complaint and just use my email. I'll see it because it's going to go directly towards me. So you can put Soncerae@gmail.com for these videos that you are reporting. Also, with copyright, it's the same thing. usually when you fill out a copyright form on YouTube, you have to put in an address though. So that's the whole thing. So I've seen people put in their own address, right, and put in my, not even my email address, but an email address that they created, and still put me as the copyright owner. Like they're like, you guys are fucking, y'all are getting it done. Thank you so much, because this shit, a lot of the shit's getting ripped down because of y'all. Because y'all reporting it, like I said, and that's the disclaimer in front of all my videos. Like if you see all of that stuff, flag it, like report it. Another thing, this is what I don't want y'all to do. I was just telling y'all what I want you to do. What I don't want you to do, okay, is send me people's personal information. When you see somebody that's making fun of me all of the time, and I'm not gonna name these people because it's only like a handful of people, and it's been the same handful of people for like years now. Don't send me their personal information. That one girl that I just told y'all that Sidonia did that live stream with, that cruel ass live stream with recently, somebody sent me her personal information. I'm talking about her legal court papers. I'm talking about her address, her family, all of her family addresses, her income. I mean, listen, when you're on the internet, you're dealing with a whole nother set of people who know how to dig deep into your shit. So the last thing that you need to do on the internet is to be trolling somebody or being hurtful all of the time, making all of these ugly videos about a person. Because if a person wants to, like, flat out find out who you are, they can. Okay? Like, straight up. So they sent me, listen, one person sent me, and they'll pay for it too. One person sent me, like, these websites like Been Verified, shit like that. You know how you can pay to unlock people's personal information? That shit is being sent to me. Another person is sending all types of social services, legal documents, all types of stuff. I'm seeing people's fraud. I'm seeing people like, and I noticed that a lot of people who are part of the dark web, a lot of people who troll, they're like convicted felons. They have charges. They have all of these things that they did that were bad in real life. So when they get onto YouTube, they're also doing bad things. So when I'm seeing these trolls do all of this negative stuff in regards to me, and then I turn around and people are sending me like their background, man, these people are some fucked up people. So instead of you coming into their comment section defending me, just report the video. Okay? Like, report the video. Don't send me their personal information and try to get me to dox them. Don't do any of that. Okay? Because I've seen people don't do that. Because I'm not going to dox them. I'm not going to post their personal information. I'm not going to do it. So don't send me anything like that. I want my channel to be positive. I'm done with all of that stuff. Like, I did that for almost 2 years, and I feel like it was a waste of energy. It was a waste of fucking time. So anyway, peeps. We don't do negativity here. If you had some negativity inside of my chat and it's still there, or Mark took care of it. Mark is one of the best admins ever, and he's the only moderator I have. So if you are in the live chat and you see some negativity in the live chat, ignore it or excuse that person. I don't like to see arguing back and forth. But this is a positive place, and if it ain't about helping each other and comedy and stuff like that, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Of course, I'm still going to tell you guys my stories and shit. But outside of that, if it ain't about fun and happiness and stuff, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Y'all was with me through the worst time of my life, was the past 3 years, and now I'm finally getting back to my happiness, and I want y'all to see that too. It took a lot for me to be transparent, and during that time, because I was hurting and I was in so much pain and I was so angry. And now that I'm like in California, living it up, doing it big, having my fun, I'm good. And I want y'all to see that too. So hopefully what's going to end up happening is, and I keep trying to tell y'all what I'm going to do. And it's like, I know it's a slow process, but eventually I'm going to start putting stuff on my Raising Justice channel, but it's going to be my mom Injustice. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to be on the Raising Justice channel. It's going to be my mom Injustice, and I'm going to be over here. So, I have plans for my channel. I have things that I'm doing, and it's all positive, and it's all about success and pushing forward and doing better and having fun and intellectual conversation. And like, if you're not on that tip, I don't want to fuck with you. Like, I ain't with it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. All right? So anyway, donate, y'all. Email me, y'all. Donate, y'all. I say email me, y'all. All right? Have vision and stay focused.